Hey guys, it's good to be back. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being patient with me. And if this is your first visit, welcome to the Book and Movie channel. Please consider subscribing and turning on all notifications. I upload once a week and take requests. And if you're feeling generous, I have a link to a Patreon and a sponsor in the description. And as promised, before I got sick, I'm covering Dances with Wolves this week. I remember this movie being all the rage when I was a kid, and now I know what all the fuss is about. I also read the book first, and this is just under 300 pages, converted into a 3-hour movie. The only way I know how, which is with a lot of layering. The book reads like a third-party observation of Lieutenant Dunbar. It's basically kind of analyzing him and his thoughts. And the movie has him narrating in a voiceover of what he is writing in a journal that is largely absent in the book, but necessary in the movie to put us in his shoes the way the book does. Other than that, the book and the movie are a very close match, starting with Lieutenant Dunbar on the way to his post with this traveling companion who grosses him out, and in the book grosses us out too. The book describes what this gross guy does, and in the film, the narration, he just says this guy is foul. And after Dunbar is left alone at this post, the book's narration talks about how he and this unique wolf are just sort of studying each other. In the movie, the voiceover in the journal says something to the tune of, "What a fascinating wolf. He has white feet. I'm going to name him Two Socks." And this continues as, he gets used to his solitude out in the post, starts to notice the nearby tribe, and they notice him right back. And in the book, it's the Comanches. In the movie, it's the Sioux. And, especially their adoptive member, Miss Stands with a Fist, who they put to work as kind of a liaison, a translator between the two to open up the lines of communication. They bond over a cup of coffee, and the rest is all the same. He finds he likes their way of life better than the one he had always known, and he assimilates and does well to, kind of bond to their customs and learn their language and help them fight the enemy Pawnee tribe by their side. He also really likes Stands with a Fist enough to marry her. And as a side note, they have 3 kids together in a sequel book. And back to this book and movie, the Union Army finds him and intends to punish him as a deserter. But his new family comes to his rescue, and he comes to theirs by deciding to leave. So no further harm would come to the tribe for harboring him. And that is the story of Dances with Wolves. Since it was such a close match, there weren't many surprises, and that gives us time for some viewer comments. Alright, on my own cinematic gut punch iceberg, Sean Riley says, "Me, on screen, the scene from Irreversible. I know exactly the one. I've seen it dozens of times on horrible reviews without having seen the movie myself." That scene from Henry. I'm assuming you mean Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I haven't seen that one yet either. I have one true crime in my collection right there, because there's a really good movie that kind of accompanies it, and we'll just get to that when we get to that. I'm a little leery of kind of stepping out of my lane, because there's other YouTubers that are doing really well with true crime, and books and movies are more my thing. I don't know, I just don't want to muddy the waters too much. Call me a weirdo. Anyway, back to your comment. That scene from The House That Jack Built. I have seen and heard more than enough right here on YouTube about The House That Jack Built, and I went looking for a book. But this is a Lars von Trier movie. I don't think book adaptations are his cup of tea. and to be edited and continued, me too. Me too. I am far from done with that, especially, with what I do. I'm sure some things I have yet to see will deliver that gut punch, be it for 5 seconds or 5 days. I would even like to collaborate with other YouTubers on this. I kind of have my eyes on May Leaps from the Mixed Spheres channel. She's kind of grown on me. I'm thinking about asking her once I get to be a little bit of a bigger YouTuber. Alright, on Lord of the Flies. Haiti Tabellin says, this book applies Thomas Hobbes' philosophy to his story. Let's talk about Hobbes' philosophy for just a sec. That human nature is not good, but selfish, hedonistic, vainglorious, demanding of dominance and respect, and if such self-interest is left unchecked, could have highly destructive consequences. Yes, I definitely see that in Lord of the Flies. I also see it everywhere. This guy, Thomas Hobbes, was alive during the 1600s. Wherever he is, if he could see the political climate today all over the world, if he could see social media, he's probably doing the I told you so victory dance from wherever he is. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Please leave me a comment and a smack down on the like button. And I'll see you back next week for the 5th season of The Expanse.